Hi everyone, today we're doing a kneeling workout and it's designed to get your shoulders moving, get your deep core muscles working as well, and just challenge your balance and coordination a bit. As ever, if there's anything that we do that doesn't feel right for you, please stop the workout and feel free to rest and have a breather at any time you need to. You don't need any equipment other than something nice and soft to kneel on. So I've got obviously the ground and a mat. You might like to have a little cushion underneath your knees as well to give you a bit of extra padding. Right, we're going to come up to high kneeling to start with. I'm on a bit of a slope, so hopefully this is going to work. Going to have our knees directly underneath our hips with our tops of our feet on the floor behind us. Just try and make sure the weight is going down evenly through your left knee and your right knee, and your hips are balanced. So rather than pushing your bottom backwards or pushing your hips super forward, we're just going to try and stack everything nice and smoothly. So thinking about a piece of thread coming up through the crown of your head, you're lengthening away from the floor and letting your arms hang heavy down by your sides. Let's go into just a few little shoulder circles before we begin. So taking our shoulders forward, up, back and down. Good, just a few times, breathing normally like this. Good, one more, and now let's go the other way. Back, up, forward and down. Super, just breathing normally and then let your arms come down. I'm going to float our arms up now and just stack one arm on top of the other. Trying to have our elbows at shoulder height, still thinking about internal corsets switching on so we're supporting our spine. We're going to go into a little waist twist, so we're going to start with a little turn of our nose, so our head turns on top of our spine, and then we're going to follow that through with a sequential movement through our spine as we twist. So let's breathe in again, and as you breathe out, turning our head to the side, start rotating around, trying to keep your hips facing forward if you can. Shoulders still relaxing down your spine. Inhale, come back through to center. Let's go to the other side. Breathing out to start turning your head and then bone by bone rotating around. Inhale, come back to center. You might start quite slowly. You might feel that you've got a little bit of tightness in your spine, but hopefully as you warm up, you're going to find a little bit more movement happening through there. Rotate round, back to center. Good. And again, rotate round, hips remain facing forward. I'm going to keep going round. Super, just a couple more times each side. So feeling warmer already now, which is really, really nice. Lovely way to get moving. Back to center, bring your arms down. Now we're going to add in some arms as well now. So we're going to have our arms moving up and down. So we're going to start with our arms up towards the ceiling. So you're floating your arms in line with your shoulders up directly over your shoulders here. So let's breathe in again. As we breathe out, let's twist and part our arms. So you're reaching your arms out, reaching through your fingertips. Inhale, smoothly come back through to the center position. Let's go to the other side. Rotate, split your arms. Still thinking about hips facing forward. Inhale, come back through. Exhale and inhale. If you wanted to add a little bit of extra challenge on, you could hold a pair of weights in your hands or grab your resistance band and pull that apart between your hands as well. And coming up, good. Rotating around. Inhale to come back through. Now, keeping those core muscles switched on to prevent your hips moving, you might be able to feel this really working hard through your middle here. Good. One more time. Inhale back to center. Float your arms down again. So now let's add in some movement through our knees and our hips as well. Just going to change position. Again, I'm on a bit of a slope, so this is a bit unusual. Check that your knees are still underneath your hips. Now we're going to do a kind of Pilates squat, but in our kneeling position. We're going to float our arms forward. So we're trying to keep the line of our spine the same. So think about from the base of your spine up through the lumbar spine, mid-back and your neck being one nice long line, just as it is now. So again, let's inhale to prepare. As we exhale, we're just going to start sending our bottom back as we sweep our arms forward. Inhale, return. So you're just hinging your bottom backwards, feeling toe muscles switch on and come in as you sit back. So exhale, sit back, inhale, come forward. Good. Exhale, sit back, tummy button to spine. Inhale, come forward. We're trying to get our arms up in line with our ears if we can. If that doesn't feel great for your shoulders, you can bring them further down. It's up to you. Super. Let's go again. Hinging and return. So make sure you fully return to that start position before you go back into that hinge once again. Good. 3 and 2. Great. And one more here, using your glutes to help you return to your start position. So now we're going to challenge the front of our quads now and get them working with a little hinge back. So before we were keeping our spine completely still, now we're going to try and keep our body in one piece along with our thighs. So there's going to be no movement at the hips. So what we're going to do is just start hinging back. So think about leaning back and then return. So breathe out to lean. Inhale to return. And again, you can go as far back as you wish or as least back, not as far back as you wish. That's what I'm trying to say. So you might find that you're getting a bit more brave and go a little bit further back and come through. Good. Let's go again. Hinge back. Return. Shoulders relaxing down again. Hinge. Return. So you're keeping your gaze going forward. If you want to add on something a bit extra now, you can add in that arm sweep again. So as you hinge back, your arms float up. Inhale, return. Now I can really feel this working around here because these muscles are switching on to support your spine and to keep everything still that shouldn't be moving. So let's breathe out to come back. Inhale to return. Breathe out to hinge. Inhale to come back. Good. One more time. Hinging back and return. Well done. All right, so from here, let's tuck our toes under if you can. If you have toe issues, you can keep them like this. Just make sure, well, you might not be able to reach back to your heel all the way, which is why sometimes having that a little bit higher can help with this. So we're going to keep our knees underneath our hips and float our arms forward. This time, we inhale to prepare. As we exhale, we cartwheel one arm up, lean back, touch our heel and raise the opposite arm in the air. Then we come back again. So we're rotating through our spine. So sweep the arm, reach back, rotate through your spine, reach the fingers up in the air. Cartwheel back. Let's go again. Breathing out. And in. So we're getting some nice movement of the shoulders now as well. And in. And once you've done this a few times, you might feel that you're comfortable putting the tops of your feet down on the floor. So you're going to be leaning back a little bit further here. So arms starting in front once again, breathe in, breathe out. It always feels a lot longer down now. And come up, good. And again on the other side, lovely cartwheel with the arm. Turn your head to look slightly. And come back. Shoulders down again. And up, brilliant. And again, breathing out. And in. Let's go one more time to each side here. And our final one. And bring your arms back to the front and down by your sides once again. Super. So we're going to alter our position now. We're going to keep one leg on the floor, place the other foot out in front. So make sure your foot and your knee are hip distance apart. Ready for some more rotation in our bow and arrow. So we're going to float our arms up, palms facing each other, level with our shoulders. Breathe in. As we breathe out, let's start drawing the elbow back, rotating through our spine, turning our head towards your elbow, open the arm out, and then as we inhale, bring the arm back round. Let's go on the other side. Draw the elbow back, rotate through the spine, open, and sweep. Now it's really easy to let this front knee wobble around. So we're going to do our best to keep that nice and still here without overbalancing like that. So breathe in, out to draw back, open, sweep. Draw back, open, sweep. So using that back leg to help you stabilize. And again, draw back, open, sweep. Good. One more on each side. Sweep around, so getting that lovely opening through the front of the chest, lovely twist through the spine. Come back, float your arms down, swap your knees over, so the other leg goes in front now. Set yourself up, float the arms up again. Try and stack your rib cage over your hips. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's draw back again, open, sweep. Draw back, open, sweep. So we exhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, and inhale. Super. Good. Keeping your shoulders melting down your spine as you move. Good. And our final one, draw back, open, and sweep, and bring the arms down again. Okay, so we're going to keep that front foot on the floor, maybe just inch it forward ever so slightly, because we're going to come into a bit of a hip stretch now. So placing your hands on that front knee, as you breathe out, we're just going to lean forward, opening up the front of this opposite hip, and then we're going to hinge back and try and draw that toe off the floor. So you're opening out the back of the hamstring, pushing yourself back. So you can make this as deep as you wish. You can go a little bit of a way or further, opening out the hamstring, the hip flexor here, and then hinging back, lifting your toe up and stretching out that hamstring. Now, if you can't go back as far as I can, that's fine. Just do what feels good for you. You might need to give yourself a bit of a push as you raise up from the ground as well. Forward and back. So it's quite a dynamic stretch. One more, all the way forward. That's it, maybe getting a little bit deeper into the stretch now. And come back. Push yourself back through. Let's swap over. Place the other foot forward. Place your hands on the knee. Opening forward as you exhale. Inhale. Dropping back. Oh, it's a little bit harder on this side. So really pulling your toe up towards the ceiling to lengthen down through the back of the hamstring. Back of the leg, into the hamstring, I mean. Forward. And it's very normal to feel differences on each side. So one side might feel really quite tight, the other might not, or they might feel both the same. Really depends on you and your body and what you've been doing. So hinging back, so you can see on this side is slightly less mobility. One more. Let's come forward and come back once again. And back through to your start position. Bring your knees down once again. And now we're going to float our arms up, clasp our hands behind our head to come into a nice little extension. So I always cue for you to have a piece of thread attached to the crown of your head, but this time I'd like that piece of thread attached to your breastbone. That's going to lift up in the air, so you're coming into an extension here through your spine. So I'd like you to start lifting up through the front of the spine and then going all the way back. So try not to jam into your lumbar spine at the start. We're trying to get it sequential again, so it starts at the tip, the top of your spine, and works the way down. So you're lifting up through the breastbone and growing out of your hips before coming back. So we do this standing as well, but sometimes you can get a little bit deeper when you're kneeling. It's just easier to balance because you have your legs behind you. Good. Let your shoulders melt away from your ears as you move. Good. And again, breathing out to lift and extend. Inhale to return. We've got two more. Lifting up and back. Inhale here. And our final one. Lifting up and back. Lovely stretch. Coming back through. Let's reach our arms up and down and come back through to our seated position for our final 2 breaths. So trying to make sure the weight is going down evenly through your sitting bones. Let's take our arms out to the side, breathe in. As you breathe out, reach through your fingertips, lovely stretch here. Maybe look up and back if that feels good for you today. Press the air away, and let's go one more time. All the way up, lovely stretch. Press the air away and give yourself a clap. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all soon. Take care. Bye bye.